What's going on, guys? Welcome to your 35th Java tutorial. What we're going to get into is working with our JFrame again, because we've added some components, but these components don't do anything. If we have, we love bacon and we love cheese, and we hit our button and it doesn't do anything, it's the same as if those buttons or those components weren't checked. So what we're going to do is we're going to allow these components to give us some information. We're going to see if these checkboxes are checked. If they are, they're going to display some additional text when we hit our button 1. So, buckle up. Now the first thing that we want to do is we want to add a string to our activity or our application here that our whole class can use. So right within our class, we're going to establish a string called s. We're going to set this just to be nothing for right now, and then within our first window, again, this gets called, this is our constructor, we're going to set s equal to be basically whatever text we had within our J option pane down here. So we're just going to cut that out, and we're going to replace that with the s variable. This is the string that we're setting up right now, and we're just going to paste that for a constructor to start out with. Good job, kid, you harvested your corn, and bam, there we go. The next thing that we're going to do is we want to add a new line each time we add to this string. So all we're going to do is we're going to hit a space after our exclamation mark, and then we're just going to do a \n, and that's going to add a new line for us. So if we add to the string, it's just going to be on the line below. So now that we have everything set up, let's go down to our checkboxes. Down here we call them CB and CB2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add an if statement for both of them, and we're just going to refer to our first checkbox, which says, do you love bacon? So we're just going to say CB, and we have all these methods that we can use. Either a method that refers to a J component, because a J checkbox is a J component, or there's methods specifically for the J checkbox, and we also have some component methods as well. But the one that we want to use is called isSelected. That's going to be a Boolean statement. It's going to either return a true or false, depending on whether the checkbox is selected. If it is, what we're going to do is we're going to say s is plus equal to, again, s is a string that we just set up at the beginning of this tutorial. We're going to say plus equal to, and then we're going to say, of course you love bacon, and then we're just going to add a new line again. So we're going to do \n, and well, bam, there we're done. Now all we're going to do is we're just going to cut this out, or copy this and paste it again, and we're going to refer to our second checkbox, which is checkbox 2, CB2. We're just again going to check if it's selected. If it is, we're going to say, of course you love bacon, but this time we're going to say, of course you love cheese. And let's test this out. We'll save it, run it, see what's going on. So right now none of our checkboxes are checked. Now they are. When we hit our button, it's still not producing the text that we want. The reason this is happening is because we define these methods within our constructor. So the first time this application is built is it's going to run through everything, and initially our checkboxes are not checked. It only runs through this once, and they're initially not checked, so it's not going to add any strings to our initial string that we set up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut out this code here. We're going to paste it above our JPane option. So we're just going to paste it there, and it's giving us some errors now because we haven't defined what CB is or CB2 yet, because we defined those down here, as you can see. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut out this line of code. Probably be better if we actually cut out our whole button where we add the action listener, not where we define the button, because that's right here, but this is where we added our action listener. We're just going to cut that out and scroll down to the bottom of our constructor and paste it down here so we know everything that has been defined. And we're still getting some errors because it's going to say we want to change checkbox to final. What we're actually going to do is we're going to scroll up to where our checkboxes are here, and we're going to cut out this and delete this as well. And we're going to scroll up to our class again. Up here we're just going to say JCheckBox, and we're going to say CB and CB2. So now we've defined both of our checkboxes. We haven't set them up yet. Once our constructor gets called, it will define those checkboxes for us, the question that we want to ask, and also once our button is clicked, it'll look for the action listener. The action listener is now going to check if those checkboxes are selected. If they are, it's going to add to our string, and then we're just going to display our string here within our option pane. So let's save this, run it. Alright, so I noticed one other thing that we're going to have to change, but let's just check this out. We're going to say, do you love bacon? We're going to hit button 1. It's going to say, good job, kid. You harvested your corn, and of course you love bacon. So that's okay. Now we're going to unselect our bacon, and we're going to say, do you love cheese? Hit button 1, and now we still have our first line of code that of course you love bacon, of course you love cheese. That's because we never reestablished our string, because it still added that line of code to our string when we hit our button the first time, and now adds this line of code to our string as well. So we could also, you know, just hit the button again, and as you can see, it adds some more lines of code to our string, and this would go on and on. So all we're going to do real quickly is cut some code and replace it. Nothing new that we haven't done like 10 times in this tutorial already. So we're just going to go up to our string where we defined our string s, and we're going to cut this line of code, and now we're going to go back to our where our button action listener is, and within here this is where we're going to define our s. I should have thought about that a little bit earlier within the tutorial, but you know, it's been a long day, long cold snowy day out here. So let's just save this and run it, and hopefully now we will not get those errors. Actually, you know, I wanted to show those errors because you guys are just learning Java, and now you get to see like the process of, you know, solving errors and all that stuff. So yeah, that's a good example there. And as you can see, our bacon works. We put our bacon and our cheese, and it only has one line or 2 lines of code, I guess, which we'd expect. We unchuck our do you love bacon, and we run it again, and now our application's working. It's processing those checkboxes, and we've done some error checking and problem solving. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Again, sorry if it went a little bit quick or we were just moving everything around, but hopefully you guys follow along and have a good one. See you later.